And ground zero of these tragic wildfires is Pacific Palisades, an area the size of Manhattan, which saw thousands of homes and businesses burning to the ground, leaving it looking like a war zone. Miraculously, the well-known Kehillat Israel Synagogue in Pacific Palisades survived the firestorm, but not without ripping apart everybody's hearts. Joining us live now from Pacific Palisades is Rabbi Daniel Sher and Cantor Chayim Frenkel of Kehillat Israel. Thank you both for being here under these horrific circumstances. How are you both holding up personally right now?
Holding up personally is always a really interesting question during this moment, because while we are coping with what's going on in our homes, how our kids are doing, we're also getting hundreds of calls, not just because we're clergy, but because it is such a insanely tight-knit community. And so it is personal to us to hear everyone else's pain and everyone else's situation. And even with that being said, there is this really beautiful strength that we've always drawn as a Jewish people from one another. And so while being devastated and it going in waves, we are okay in this moment.
Right. It definitely puts things in perspective, of course, and, with many people losing their homes. And, Cantor Frenkel, I've known you a long time. You've been around. I won't age you, but I was, my sister was bat mitzvahed by you at your amazing synagogue that I've been to many times. You were able to get access when people are not allowed in. Explain, what you saw, which you also captured on video, just the miraculousness of the fact that the synagogue is still standing.
It's great to see you, first of all. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful to be on with everyone. Shalom uvracha. And our hearts go out to Eretz Israel, and we are with all of you and your pain and suffering. You suffer, we suffer. The synagogue, when we built it 27 years ago, this particular campus, because KI has been around since 1950, this is the third iteration of a building that we have now since 1997. And we built it to resist a fire. And it certainly did that. Going in the town the next day, because when I served as chaplain for the Los Angeles Police Department, I was able to use my police ID to get in. It was apocalyptic, and I know that's a word that's been thrown around a lot, but it's so true. You're showing some of the pictures I sent you, because I desperately wanted to see Rabbi Sher's home, because I had learned that it burned down, and I wanted to get video to him and his beloved wife, Jen, and I wanted to get my senior rabbi and cherished friend, Rabbi Amy Bernstein, and I unfortunately got to witness her home burn in person while I was videotaping. And Rabbi Sher's home, walking down his street was just something. It was like a back lot on a Hollywood set. It was so chilling, and realizing that over the 40 years that I've served this community, I have been in so many of those homes hanging the mezuzot, all of me and the rabbis, and that includes our Rabbi Emeritus who lost his home, Rabbi Stephen Parubin. So it's we grew up in these homes with our families. So there's so much of us that is that burned with these homes. Yeah, a piece of us burned with these homes. But all that being said, no loss of life in our community, and for that we are beyond grateful, and we are beyond honored to serve this community in this yet again very trying time. That was a home that I watched burn on Rabbi Sher Street, and I took some video of it. And the people don't realize that fire has no empathy or sympathy. It just burns everything in its path. It's destructive, and
just Just no words. I mean, really, it is still, I know everybody is still in shock and awe. And for me, being so far away and seeing homes of people, families that I've literally known for over 50 years. I went to, preschool in the Palisades. The story of this community is as diverse as Los Angeles history. And I guess share the power and the strength of this community that is suffering so much. But there's something in the heart of Pacific Palisades. Doesn't matter where you come from, what religion you are. There's just something very strong and everlasting about Pacific Palisades. Share more on that.
Go ahead, Rabbi Sher.
I was going to say that I always tell people how Jewish the Palisades are. And I'm not even talking about the statistics itself. It's a community that knows what it means to be both community member, neighbor, friend, and family at the same time. And that every single phone call that we made, like I said, it wasn't just how are we doing, it was also how is the shul, it was also the devastation of the last 10 places we saw each other. There's this Jewish spirit to that place that's been there. It's part of what makes it feel so warm and welcoming is that we just continuously built the community beyond the walls of our own home. And with that same piece in these first days of devastation, and I want to remind us, we're not even past what would be a Shiva. We're in the first days of devastation. We're already beginning to take that same Jewish spirit, that same spirit that we've watched from out of Israel for time and time again, that for thousands of years, we start healing and we start rebuilding. And we do not take our focus off of that. And even when we're in mourning, we already know there is a potential for healing. And so that beauty of this community, it's not lost. We just have to take on what we've always done as a community, as always done as a Jewish people, and focus in on how we can build back stronger and build back as an even brighter light to the world.
Well, we know that you will do that, the fortitude of your community. And, Cantor Frenkel, I mean, your voice is like from heaven. I know your father is also a very well-known chazan. So I know that, music has the ability to also uplift.
Well, the Friday night, the congregation here in Los Angeles, Sinai Temple, and I know it's a world-renowned shul, conservative synagogue, they have adopted us. And the rabbis there and the community there, I've never seen anything like it on how this shul enveloped us. The senior rabbis were celebrating their daughter's bat mitzvah this last Shabbos.
We're running out of time. Finish that thought. Sorry.
Anyway, the music is very powerful, and everyone's finding that cathartic. I miss you, and I love your family, and love you.